Hi everyone and welcome to $1 Million App Ideas. I'm Pietro Messineo, I'm an indie dev and I successfully exited some apps. So today the aim of the video is not as usual to give you some new app ideas for enlarge your app portfolio, but instead we're going to see what is happening on the App Store. So if you saw some slow downloads, then this is the video for you. I was analyzing the download index or the amount of downloads between 1st of February and 1st of May, so the last quarter, and I found out some interesting things. Let's have a look at the graph. So this chart, first of all, I would like to start explaining where I took it and from where I got these informations. All of those information are coming from App Figures, and so the chart is coming from there as well, and you can see it actually written into the chart. So as you can see, in the last quarter, that is going from 1st of February to 1st of March, we can see a 3% drop in amount of downloads. So the cause of this drop of roughly 3% are actually not that clear. And so comparing the previous quarter, it is obvious, even for us, that maybe Christmas and the holidays had a positive impact on the App Store. But from the other side, let's see the revenue index. So seems like that the existing users are becoming more valuable due to the increased spending and more effective monetization strategies from developers. So again, I do not actually have a certain reasons why this happened, but we can speculate on several factors such as that the existing users may be spending more on in-app purchases or subscription within the apps that they already use, which would actually boost the revenues despite fewer new downloads. Or maybe the developers may be targeting and acquiring fewer but higher value users who are actually more likely to spend on apps. And so this leads to higher average revenue per user. And my last guess is actually that a price increase in the app subscriptions or specific in-app items could actually result in higher revenues, even with reduced downloads. So the charts that we saw are referring to United States, and they are not about the global market. So let's see which are the countries which in the last 3 months performed the best. Well, you will be surprised to see in the top of the chart that Senegal had a big spike in downloads, in app downloads. Well, that's actually interesting because it seems that there are some countries which are actually growing pretty fast. And I actually have no idea why we are seeing those emerging countries having such a big difference compared to the last 3 months. And how about the categories that actually were the one that performed the best in terms of downloads? So I saw that sports, navigation, travel, entertainment, education, kids, reference, music, business, and even social networking as well as news were the one that got most of the downloads. So which actually means the one that performed the best. So it seems that some of those categories may be interesting or you should take them as a reference when considering to build a new application. So navigation, I actually don't know why in the last 3 months, but it may be due to the fact that people are gonna go in holiday soon and as summer is coming and so maybe they are planning their trip. That may be the reason also because there is the travel category in between. And which were the worst performing categories? Well, I just did a top 10 because I didn't want to dive into all the worst categories, but I found out that the games, specifically the one for casino, medical, finance, card games, health and fitness, puzzle games, board games, shopping, books, and role playing were the categories that perform worst. So this should, in terms of course of downloads, in terms of revenues, I did not did a list, but some of the games performed best in terms of revenues, but this doesn't really matter much. So that's a wrap for our today's video. I hope that it gave you a more or less indication about what's going on the App Store, why you may have faced slow downloads in US, why you may have seen an increase in revenues, and why not, maybe you can find an inspiration on which category of apps you want to build next. So see you in next video.